Hi everyone, and welcome to the Mobile Water Services webinar. My name is Anthony Millis, and we will be discussing today how you can secure your water production for unpredictable events. As you can see, you have myself and we have Damon Good, who's with me today.
Hi everybody, thanks for joining us.
Let's move on to the presentation. So we are having two co-hosts today with Craig Hancock, who is our Operations Manager for the Northeast region and Mobile Water Services Manager for Global, and the aforementioned Damon Good, who looks after Mobile Water Services Business Development nationwide.
Hello and welcome to today's webinar, proudly brought to you by the Australian New Zealand Mobile Water Services team. Our aim today is to provide our attendees with a better understanding of our growing portfolio of mobile water assets and briefly outline over the next 20 or 30 minutes how our services can be applied to assist you, our clients' water requirements. I'm Craig Hancock, the East Coast Operations Manager and Mobile Water Manager across Australia and New Zealand for Veolia Water Technologies. Today, I'll be introducing this webinar on behalf of Veolia Water Technologies. I'm also here with Damon Good, our business developer for our mobile water services offered across Australia, New Zealand and Pacific Islands. I'll be shortly handing over to Damon, who will present and guide you through the rest of this webinar and the slides that have been prepared. Our mobile water business model is based upon our very successful European model, headed up via our Vice President of Mobile Water Services Global, Mr. Mark Dyson. Mark has been instrumental in developing and transitioning the European model into a global business model across Veolia Water Technologies business units. This global initiative, over the past 10 years, has resulted in substantial growth of our mobile water assets and suite of services we offer today, both globally and in this region. Importantly, our mobile water assets and their applications are supported through each of our service centres across Australia and New Zealand, and our global engineering teams and network of mobile water business units. This brings us to today's topic: secure your water production for unpredictable events. Let me provide a quick outline for you of today's presentation. There'll be a short video to inform you of Veolia Water Technologies capabilities, followed by 4 agenda items: understanding customers' business needs, how to meet clients' water requirement specifications safely and ensure deadlines are met, a couple of case studies focused on our mobile water activities, then finally some more detail into the mobile water services market offer. We're certainly excited to outline and introduce you to Veolia Water Technologies mobile water solutions. Without further ado, I will now hand over to Damon Good.
Yes, hello everyone, and thanks for taking the time to join us today. We'll be keeping the presentation reasonably short, but I do hope you'll find this time informative. We're now going to play a short corporate video, and then I'll come back to you after just give the agenda. during this presentation, I'll spend some time to outline the basic fundamentals of the mobile water business, some of the primary market drivers, and also a couple of case studies. Because of our global experience with mobile water treatment, Veolia Water Technologies really has an in-depth understanding of customers' operational requirements. The key success indicators of a construction or maintenance project include its completion within the planned budget and schedule, and within the required quality, safety, and environmental limits, of course. Project slipping over its planned schedule is a common problem for any company. Any delay means loss of revenue through non-availability of production facilities. Delays can also cause higher overhead costs for the contractor due to a longer work period and additional workforce, as well as higher material costs. Some of the examples are commissioning of new facilities and assets, continuous operations of existing assets during planned maintenance, late life management and plant decommissioning, and of course late delivery and startup of new permanent water treatment plants. Of course, there are risks and business consequences of failing to reach the objectives, such as operational disruption or delay to production schedules, financial overrun penalties, cash flow problems, reputational, customers mistrust, growth in adversarial relationship, loss of stakeholders support, and obviously legal as well, litigation. So how does VWT meet clients' water requirements and safely and ensure contract deadlines? We do that by providing specifically tailored temporary mobile treatment solutions. For us, awareness is key. And mobile water services can certainly bring numerous benefits to companies, but it is important that this thinking is factored into emergency shutdowns, maintenance, and decommissioning of plants, as it's not uncommon for these processes to demand more water than originally anticipated. As awareness grows, we can certainly expect to see more mobile water services being implemented more frequently. So some of the key advantages of mine water treatment when using VWT's mobile water solutions are speed to market, pre-engineered for ease of use, rapid delivery, anywhere, anytime response. They are mobile, of course, trailer, skid mounted or containerized, plug and play operation for minimal infrastructure requirements, extremely flexible, available as standard or modular systems, treats a variety of inlet water such as tailings dams or processed water, and provides a partial or full replacement of the various processes you may have had during this interim need. Reliable, a wide range of traditional and new water treatment technologies. Any number of the assets can be operated in parallel or in series to provide the required flow rate. And cost effective, ideal where their capital budgets are already stretched. We also have a React program, which you'll see the logo down in the bottom left-hand corner there. This is our priority service. So registered customers will always receive preferential treatment. It really delivers peace of mind for companies with business critical water treatment systems. And by registering with this services, businesses can really ensure that their water treatment plant failure does not lead to a total production plant failure. So we'll follow this slide with some the applications and case studies. Typical project applications, all fairly self-explanatory, from plant startup to boiler pressure vessel flush and fill, condenser cleaning, various process water applications, plant maintenance, late delivery of a permanent plant, dewatering, wastewater management and compliance, and also water reuse and tailings ponds. The following is an example of a successful mobile deployment we did at a coal-fired power station in Poland. The requirement was for mobile water to provide support for the power plant startup and produce around 100 cubes an hour of Damon water. We provided 4 mobile pre-filtration units, MOFI filtration, bag filtration system, an RO, and deionization unit, as well as pumps for distribution. The benefit was that we successfully produced the Damon water for a period of 3 weeks, which was then followed by a 3-week standby period, and then an additional 5-day production of water. The next deployment was a services company that supplies production facilities and utility in chemical park in Germany. Individual plants faced operational issues due to some problems with raw water filtration, preventing production of deionized water. There was an urgent requirement for 200 to 250 cubes an hour of demineralized water. The Veolia mobile team mobilised two Moro 4x25Ts and one Moro 50T reverse osmosis, with additional 3 mobile deionisation units, 2 mobile pumps and 2 mobile filtration assets. Some of the benefits, we delivered the requested quantity of deionised water 24/7 and continuous operation without any interruption of the supply for a period of 3 months. We rapidly responded without any production disruption for the client, and we also ensured compliance with the European VGB guidelines. In addition, we also provided a weekly service by our mobile water technicians. Treating mine water for reuse can really reduce the need for fresh water and help preserve precious resources. Mining is an ideal industry for decentralized water treatment, not only because the mines are far from the water infrastructure, but because mining is a transient industry, frequently moving operations once all mines have been exhausted. Mobile water, new generation of smart packaged water treatment units really lend themselves to these decentralized strategies. The client on this project was Pretium Resources, which, interesting, has just been sold to Australian Newcrest Mining in a $2.8 billion deal, about 7 days ago. The Breachak mine is a high-grade gold underground mine located in a very remote region of northwestern British Columbia and can only be reached via a 12-kilometre glacier. Equipment and supplies are transported by a special vehicle, the Husky 8 you see in there in the picture, and miners are actually brought in by helicopter. The mine began commercial operations in July 2017, and it produces around 2,700 tonnes of high-grade ore per day. Veolia started working with a client when they urgently needed to remove approximately 300,000 cubic metres of water from a flooded part of the mine to get to new resources. This contract followed months of extensive collaboration and testing to ensure that the most stringent environmental discharges were going to be met. The Veolia mobile water team supplied proven proprietary processes to treat up to 10,000 cubic metres of effluent water a day from the mine. The permanent effluent treatment system consists of several technologies which were really selected for their robustness and compactness, starting with the Actified clarification process for primary metals removal, and then the water is further polished by a highly efficient Hydrotech disc filter, which really gives added insurance in meeting those stringent discharge criteria. Of course, with a site like this, there are various challenges that we faced. I think clearly the weather conditions, we had to plan for minus 30 degrees, which meant heat tracing on the electrical injection, on the chemical injection lines, heated domes, and also temporary shelters for the chemical storage. At the time, we had minimal site information because the area where the units were to be laid down was unknown. At the time, it was actually being blasted. Manpower, look, at the time we had, due to previously engaged projects, Veolia had to cycle through its operators and technicians on site until a permanent manager arrived. On-site coordination, I mean, we had many new partners on site. And as mentioned, the discharge criteria was very strict. I mean, Veolia did not have many samples to extrapolate, and we actually took smaller units to site for some trial work. There was some issues with mobile unit availability, and we had to coordinate with our sister BU in the US to bring the units, obviously special considerations for electricity, process modifications, etc. The scope of works, because this project was developed very quickly, many items were really determined on the fly. As you can imagine, the ground conditions, insufficiently compacted, piping, supporting had to be modified and reinforced numerous times as the frost does push it out of the ground. Interestingly, on this one, the demobilisation had to happen pretty quickly. It only took us 7 days with some fairly meticulous planning on site to remove, tear down and relocate all the mobile equipment, the containers, the shelters, and also the piping for this temporary water treatment plant. The next case study is the metals removal with mobile water treatment. So Teck has 10 operating mines and major business units focusing on copper, zinc, coal, and they're located in southern eastern British Columbia, Canada again. Teck is one of the world's second largest exporters of seaborne steelmaking coal, an essential ingredient in the production of steel, which of course is necessary for building infrastructure for people around the world. The client urgently needed to move more than 200,000 cubic meters of water from a tailings pit and in the period of 3 months. The mine operations were environmentally sensitive and remote area. The client needed to dewater the mine in order to meet the blasting target date, and production schedule was extremely critical. Therefore, the rapid mobilisation of a mobile treatment system was imperative. Veolia Water Technology supplied a bundled package, a customised mobile Actiflow unit, reactor mixed tanks, together with a comprehensive range of Hydrix chemicals. The mobile water treatment process consists of metal precipitation in reactors, followed by Actiflow clarification in order to meet the federal water quality objectives. The Hydrix program included commodity precipitation chemicals such as ferric sulfate in combination with anionic polymer at around 10 milligrams per litre. The TSS concentration at the treatment was much higher than expected during the design phase. This mining application clearly demonstrated that Actiflow can operate with a very high TSS and operated with no degradation of performance with the TSS at more than 10,000 milligrams a litre. So I would like to talk briefly about our 3 service offerings. So for planned, that's when you have commissioning and startup activities, maintain continuity during maintenance periods. Flexible arrangements can be made days up to 12 months. And of course, we have numerous references across a broad range of different industries. The 2 critical steps of our services when we're talking about planned is really the analysis and design. And we require full analysis of the feed water supply, and that'll give us the ability to select the correct process selection and design. We also, with technical operating guidelines and procedures as well. The second step is obviously the equipment operation. On-site project engineering survey is important, and then we can engineer the plant for site-specific requirements, and then issue commissioning reports and a briefing. Emergency, this is really to cover short-term and an immediate cover for businesses. Unexpected plant event, a breakdown. So this just really helps you maintain business continuity, minimize downtime and production losses. The units can be rapidly deployed, and it also gives clients the peace of mind, especially when it's with our React 24/7 program. We also offer multi-year standard water treatment services for up to 7 years. So service packages to suit your individual requirements, increased treated water capacity with minimal capital expenditure, as mentioned a few times, plug and play assets, and a wide range of water treatment technologies. Veolia Water Technologies is continually investing into the business, and a more recent example is the development of the construction of a new generation and recycling service centre in Heinsberg in Germany. Of course, we have everybody's probably familiar with Veolia. We have a global presence. We have offices in most states and down the East Coast and the West Coast. Our head office is in Sydney, in New South Wales. And just to recap, we do offer a wide range of treatment technologies, from ultrafiltration, clarification to seawater desalination. We do have a lot of other equipment, but certainly contact us if something is unusual that you don't see there. Obviously, as we mentioned several times, plug and play solutions on a trailer or skid or container. Very high quality assets. We offer consumables and spares, chemicals and services as well. So a real complete end-to-end solution. And we offer that in flow rates ranging from 10,000 cubes an hour to 1,000 cubes an hour. A couple of questions here. How do you sign up to the React program? It's a fairly simple process. There's no fee or cost involved. You just literally send us an email and we'll send you a form out, which just needs to be filled in with the relevant data, and then we can sign you up to the program. Where do we determine what assets we need? That is really relying on the feed water data. That's really critical for us to design or supply the accurate process for your requirements. You can buy the equipment off us. We typically don't sell the mobile fleet, but there is options to sell equipment as required. What ongoing support do you provide once operational? Look, it's a continual thing. We certainly don't. It's as required. Sometimes the customer likes to operate it, and sometimes it's part of our remit to provide weekly or fortnightly support. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your time, and certainly don't hesitate to reach out to us.